All day fam. Yo, that was a great game. That was a great game, man. The 49ers stole one on the road in Inglewood, edging the Rams to 26-23 in overtime. Tonight didn't go how I predicted. I predicted the Rams to win 30-20. But hey, this was a very, very, very competitive game, and this is how games should be played. I know I talked about how Thursday nights can be a little detrimental to players' health, to their injury, but this is how, if we're gonna have Thursday night football games, this is how Thursday night football games should be played. I didn't get a chance to watch the entire game. I watched most of it. I'm gonna watch some more of it after I'm done with this video, but I know what happened. I know how competitive it was from the when I was watching. The 49ers, they was having control of the game for the most part in the beginning. The Rams tried coming back. You know, they got a score. I mean, they got a tie game, and then it went overtime. Hey, man, this was a very, 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 very competitive game. And, I mean, did you expect anything less, though? Because the 49ers and the Rams, they always play well against each other. They always play very well. So, let's get right into it real quick. All right, so for San Francisco, they jumped out very early. Mac Jones hit Jake Tongs for a 6-yard touchdown on San Francisco opening drive. He followed with a 1-yard touchdown to Christian McCaffrey to push the lead out. At halftime, San Francisco held a 17-7 edge. The Rams, they did fight to come back in the game, which you would expect them to do. Matthew Stafford struck with a touchdown to Kyren Williams just before halftime. Then Stafford connected again with Williams in the third quarter to cut the lead, but that extra point was blocked, keeping it tied 20-20. And there was some crucial turnovers and clutch kicks. With less than 2 minutes left, Williams was barreling toward the goal line for what looked like a go-ahead touchdown until rookie Alfred Collins punched the ball out and recovered it at the 1-yard line. That play changed the entire game. San Francisco were pinned deep. They gave up possession. The Rams drove into the field goal range, and Joshua Carty drilled a 48-yard field goal to force overtime. All right, and so in overtime, San Francisco got the ball, and Eddie Pineiro knocked through a 41-yard field goal to put them ahead. Then the defense sealed it on 4th and 1 at the Rams 11. LA tried to keep it alive via Williams, but the Niners defense stopped him dead. Game over. So Kyren Williams couldn't break through. All right, so stat lines. We'll go over some stats real quick. Mac Jones. Let me find out, man. The Joneses brothers, they trying to make a comeback. Mac Jones and Daniel Jones aren't related, but I'm just saying. Ironically, both of Joneses. I mean, you would have thought that they would probably be a backup for the rest of their career, and they both are playing very well. Daniel Jones and Mac Jones. I mean, hey, it's always exciting when you see a player who's not really playing well, and then they kind of revolutionize their career. Mac Jones was 33 of 49, 342 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 1 sack. Kendrick Bourne, he had 10 catches. That's a career high of 142 yards. Christian McCaffrey, 139 total yards, 57 rushing, 82 receiving, 1 touchdown. Matthew Stafford was 30 of 47, 389 yards, 3 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford had a big day tonight. Had a big game also. Kyren Williams had 131 scrimmage yards, 65 rushing yards, 66 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, but also that he also had a crushing fumble at the goal line. Takeaways and lessons from this game. Depth matters. The 49ers offense was gutted. No Purdy, no Ayuk, no Jennings, no George Kittle, and missing key linemen plus pass rushers, yet they still found a way to win. First off, they're finding ways to win, and they came out on top of a serious opponent in the Rams. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. That's why I chose the Rams to win 30-20, because I just didn't think the 49ers was going to overcome. And I damn didn't think that Mac Jones was going to freaking produce and be productive against the Rams while the Rams was at home. But this is what I mean. Football is situational. It's about matchups. It's so unpredictable. You just don't know sometimes. And the team that executes the game plan the most, the best, is the one who's always going to come out on top. always, 49ers was obviously more prepared. I don't know what's going on with like I said, I don't know what's going on with the Joneses brothers. I don't know what's going on with the LA teams right now. I mean, the Chargers was sleepwalking. When and I was watching the 49ers and the Rams game at the beginning of the game, the Rams just wasn't. They were sleepwalking. Like, it looked like they were sleepwalking to me, and they were playing at home. So hopefully the Chargers and the Rams can get back on top. I am not a Rams fan by any means, but hey, it's always cool to see how your LA teams play well. So let's see here. Momentum. So let's say momentum swings are violent. Collins forced fumble shifted the entire tone. That play erased what could have been a Rams late game glory, but it wasn't. Stafford was brilliant. But greatness isn't always enough. Even with a monster night, when Stafford almost throwing for 400 yards, the Rams couldn't punch it in when it mattered. That's gut wrenching. That is, I mean, the Rams almost had it, man, and they couldn't put it through. The defense sealed it. The fourth down stop in overtime was the play of the night for the 49ers, turning toughness into victory. You got to give it to the Niners, man. You got to give it to the Niners. They're looking scary. They are looking scary right now. Hey, predictions can miss. I had Rams 30-20, but that's the beauty of this sport. The script changes live, and tonight San Francisco rewrote the script. So my final record impact: 49ers improved to 4-1. They are 3-0 in the NFC West. They are leaders in the NFC West right now. So Rams dropped to 3-2. That hurts the Rams, man. They got some major questions. Next week, San Francisco heads to Tampa Bay. The Rams will have to lick their wounds before their next shot. So, is the 49ers Super Bowl chances still open? Can the 49ers make it to the Super Bowl still? As long as Kyle Shanahan is there, and the way the 49ers are playing right now with all these injuries, and not only with all their injuries, but all the defensive players that they lost this past season or past offseason, how can you not think that they cannot make it to the Super Bowl? I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to make it this year, but how can you not say that their Super Bowl window is not reopened or open? Or, yeah, still open, because it was looking like their window was closing very fast, especially after last year, especially with a bunch of question marks with Brock Purdy. It's like, can Brock Purdy get it done without all of his weapons, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Is Kyle Shanahan the answer? Because Kyle Shanahan just cannot get it done in the Super Bowl. Every time they go, he always loses. Well, I don't say every time they go. I think he's only been there, once or twice? No more than 2 times. But he doesn't have a ring. And so, it's just like, should the 49ers keep Kyle Shanahan? Should they, has Kyle Shanahan reached his ceiling as a head coach, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Now, for me, those questions still remain, because we still haven't seen Kyle Shanahan really be able to win a Super Bowl, and he has been there. But with that being said, is it because Kyle Shanahan hasn't really had his quarterback? A lot of people thought Brock Purdy is his quarterback. I never thought Brock Purdy was the right quarterback for Kyle Shanahan. Never did. And maybe Mac Jones is the quarterback for Kyle Shanahan. I never thought Mac Jones was a really good quarterback, but Mac Jones showed me something different tonight. What I was looking for with Brock Purdy, and that's another thing. I thought Brock Purdy was playing tonight, and he didn't. I think it was a last-minute game decision that Brock Purdy wasn't playing or whatever, or maybe they found out the day of that he wasn't playing. I didn't know that he wasn't playing until I actually started watching the damn game. I was like, oh my God. I posted the video talking about Brock Purdy was going to play and saying and I even said this. I was like, the 49ers don't even have to win. I just want to see Brock Purdy produce and be productive. I just want to see him play well, especially against a 49ers. Especially against a Rams team. In a very intense, physical Rams defense. That's all I want to see from Brock Purdy. If I can see that from Brock Purdy, I will put him in my top 10. Dude wasn't even playing. That's another thing that frustrates me with these players, like that, especially with unproven players. Brock Purdy to me is unproven, and he's hurt. He gets hurt a lot for my liking. I already don't think he's that productive as most people think he is. I already think that he's very overrated, and he's getting hurt. Like he's getting hurt too much. I mean, and this is what happens. You snooze, you lose. The best ability is availability, and Brock Purdy, he's not available all the time, and they signed him to a $265 million contract, and it's like, bro. Now look at you. Now you may lose your job, and to be honest with you, that's kind of what you get. I mean, I'm just gonna be kind of quite frank. So I mean, Mac Jones, he looks way more durable than Brock Purdy. To be honest with you, the way Mac Jones is playing right now, you cannot tell me that he's not a better quarterback than Brock Purdy, and you can't tell me that he's not a better quarterback in that system, better for Kyle Shanahan than Brock Purdy. You can't convince me otherwise. I've seen enough of Brock Purdy. I've seen enough of him, and again, he gets hurt too much. So, it's whatever. I think Mac Jones should be the starter from here on out. And, yeah, I think Brock Purdy should back him up. That may not happen. I mean, I don't know because, I mean, the 49ers signed him to a fat contract. But I think Brock Purdy's time has come to an end. Hey, he won. He did win. He got paid. He was the last pick of the NFL draft. Nobody thought he would ever play it down. And he did his thing. He got a chance to play in the Super Bowl. Only so many players, period, get a chance to do that. A little bit, man. There's greats who hasn't even had a chance to play in the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy did that. And Brock Purdy, he had some winning games. He had some winning seasons. There was a lot of talk for him. He got a fat contract. Hey, I say Brock Purdy is living a life. Should he be the starter for the 49ers? Hell to the no. The job, I think, if I was Kyle Shanahan, I would give that job to Mac Jones. Just like Tua, sometimes you just gotta take a loss when you're in a franchise. You just gotta lick your wounds. You gotta take ownership and be like, hey, we made a stupid decision by paying this player this much amount of money because we thought he was it. If I was the owner, I never would have paid Tua that much money. If I was the owner, I never would have paid Brock Purdy that much money. So, but I'm just saying, if I was those owners making those dumb decisions, I would have been like, oh, my mistakes. I'm like, hey, we're not going to sit here and just stick with this player just because we paid him. Just move on. Especially next year, you got a lot of great quarterbacks going in next year. But hey, the 49ers don't even have to look into that. I think they found their quarterback. Mac Jones looked good. And I think Mac Jones is a very durable quarterback. I don't think Mac Jones gets hurt that much. So, hey man, I think he's playing very well this year, very well. So, they're 4-1 right now, and that's the thing too. They're 4-1 with all these injuries. So that shows you too, Mac Jones can get it done without all that help. We never really known that with Brock Purdy. Prior to Brock Purdy's injury, he wasn't really looking all that good. So, Mac Jones, not only are the 49ers winning, but Mac Jones is looking good. I didn't even watch all of the game tonight, and I was like, oh my God, Mac Jones is looking really well. I never really seen Mac Jones play like that. And he was fitting the ball in tight spots. He was like actually making throws. And Brandon Ayuk wasn't in. Jennings wasn't in. He had McCaffrey, he had Trent Williams. Kittle wasn't in. I'm like, bro, when he gets all his weapons back, 49ers are going to be scary. And they got Robert Saleh back. They got the defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh. And because if it wasn't for Robert Saleh, the 49ers probably would have lost this game because they probably would have, the Rams offense probably would have had their way with the 49ers. And they didn't because Robert Saleh had something to say about that. The 49ers, man, they're nothing to sneeze at. They're nothing to look over. They're not going anywhere. So, kudos to if you're a Niners fan, kudos to you. You have a very tough test next week. It's going to be a very exciting game. San Francisco and Tampa Bay. That's going to be a very competitive game, tense game. I'm looking forward to that game. It's going to be physicality everywhere. The Rams, they got a lot of questions, man. They're 3-2 now. They dropped to 3-2. So the Rams is going to have to get it together, which I know they will. Sean McVay, he's a hell of a coach, one of the best coaches in the NFL. The Rams, the Rams. They always lose a lot of games, and somehow they end up making it to the playoffs. They do this every year. The Rams, they lose games that they really shouldn't be. They really shouldn't lose, and then they just somehow just start winning, and then just creep right into the playoffs. They do this every single year. So I'm not too worried about the Rams, but that doesn't mean that there still aren't questions. That there still aren't major questions for the Rams, because the Rams is very healthy, and they lost to a unhealthy backup quarterback team at home. That's unacceptable. Now, I do understand that both teams know each other very well. Kyle Shanahan knows Sean McVay very well, and all that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I do understand that. But still, this was a game that the Rams should have won. The Rams should have won this game, and they didn't. And so they should be disgusted with themselves. They really should. But again, like I said, on the flip side, you got Sean McVay, you got Matthew Stafford, and you got the best receiver in the league, Puka Nacua. They'll be fine. You got a hell of a pass rush. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So that's all I got, man. I just wanted to do that recap with you all. Like I said, I said the Rams was going to win 30-20. They lost 26-23 or something like that in overtime. So hey, I thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna be back very soon. All day. Deuces.